Welcome to another episode of Banter with the Brothers, alongside the fellas, Garfield Campbell, Carl Kenner.
Good.
How we doing today, fellas? I'm Aaron Burrell.
Yeah, you just introduced me, so I won't say my name again. You know what it is, man. Stop playing with me.
It's season 3. By now, they should know who it is, right?
Right, facts. That's a fact.
Just in case y'all don't, this is Carl, bro. I don't know. we might have grown up. You know what I'm saying? We got people that ain't never heard the show before now listening.
That's true. If you're just joining, you're not too late. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the hottest podcast
in the world.
Going global.
Keys.
Well, before we get started, we got a good show for you guys today. But before we get too into it, we'll kind of start things off by sending our condolences out to a couple people we've lost since we've last done a show. First of all, RIP to XXX Tentacion.
Facts.
With X, I feel like Carl really put me on to X, which is crazy because we're from the same state. But then again, Atlanta, Florida, I feel like
I keep my
appreciation.
I keep my ear to the streets with his music craft. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I listen to music too, man. It was I felt like I knew him, but obviously I don't. But like, I guess that's what the music did.
Yeah,
I mean, like, damn, he really did.
I know it's crazy because like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was his biggest fan of all his songs. Yeah. I knew obviously songs here and there, but like any artist, especially out of Florida, I always want to see him win and just see it because coming up, we only had but a couple artists who really were on that national stage. So growing up, you watch 106 in Park or TRL or one of them shows, any of those national music shows, kind of. You know what I'm throwing? Yeah.
And then as soon as Plies get on there, y'all don't know how to act.
Yeah, we don't.
Y'all know how to
act. But nah.
You big, man.
But in all seriousness, though, it was always nice to see artists. So to see this kind of wave of South Florida artists come up, it was it's good, and I hope it continues. But it's unfortunate that the youngins had to lose kind of a big prominent voice out of that generation.
Bro, he was talented as hell, man.
He is talented. He really was.
Yeah, that song he made, I don't speak Spanish, or Bill speaks Spanish. You listen to that, Jay?
I haven't. To be honest, like I said, I'm a casual
his track
fan.
list was crazy.
Bro, crazy.
To be out for such a short time with main attention, his track list was crazy. I mean, when you're headlining your own tour, that's when when someone major and shoot at headliners.
Yeah, no, that's true. Also, R.I.P. Mac Miller. Yeah. It's crazy because the week before he died, I was getting an argument with Joey, my boy Joey Lyons. Shout out Joey. I know he listens every now and then, so I'm going to have to send him this episode. But he got an argument with me about the fact that I couldn't name 5 white rappers. But Mac Miller was one of the ones I could name. So.
How many did you name, though, in general, AB?
I think I named 4.
Who are your 4?
I'm getting a shout that it was only 3 that I named.
Who are
3 that I listened to. Or name 5 that I listened to. I said Eminem. I said Mac Miller. Mm-hmm. And then I said MGK. But this was prior to MGK dissing Eminem and getting really brought back into the national forefront. So I was getting laughed at damn well you don't listen to MGK. I was like, I don't. But I know his music.
Sometimes.
So every now and then. And then look what happened. A week later, or a month later maybe, MGK is back on the national stage. I'm just saying, I might drop your name and your career might get irrelevant again. You feel what I'm saying?
Speaking into existence, my guy.
No,
the percentage on that though is very, very low.
Listen, I don't speak about that many artists like that, so
white rappers that I listen to. That's a good one.
But, who do you listen to? Name 5 white rappers.
I can name more than 5 white rappers, but I'm
saying, please,
let's
enlighten
hear it.
me. So next time I get a question, I'm gonna defer to you.
Wait, hold on.
Garfield, name 5 white rappers. Let's go.
Wait.
Off the top.
MGK.
1.
Eminem.
2.
Mac Miller.
3.
Okay.
G-Eazy.
4.
I said G-Eazy.
That's 4.
Now you claiming Gerald?
No, I swear I named G-Eazy.
Anyway.
Who's your 5th?
That was why I knew I said 4.
Man, now you didn't let me. Yellow Wolf is a right rapper.
That's 5. That's 5.
Name 3 Yellow Wolf songs.
You can't.
I do not
you
know.
can't.
You said can I name 5 white rappers?
First off,
I just did.
I just know
and I
Yellow
probably know
from the
more,
country.
but off the top of my head, quick 5.
Yo,
Sammy Adams.
That's 6.
Those are the ones that be remixing everything, right?
Yeah. Hey, he counts though.
Hey,
That's 6.
Yeah. Rappers.
I think we're all missing a very, very prominent one. He just dropped his album. Y'all don't even know it. Start with an R.
Who just dropped an album?
Y'all don't even know. Russ.
Oh.
7.
Russ out here catching bodies, bro.
Right?
Out here.
Hold up.
Catching people lacking. What?
Do you fuck with Russ like that?
No. I ain't gonna hold you. Hell no, bro.
Nope.
I wish Russ would roll up on me. I say the same shit that
He's like, fuck Russ.
that Smoke Perp said. Fuck Russ, bro. You didn't beat me up. Bro, your crew beat me up. You didn't. Get choke slammed out here. Then that's what Smoke Perp said, not me. I don't really know you like that, Russ. Heard you roll deep though. I want no problems.
It's crazy because I really wouldn't take Russ as that type of person, to be honest with you.
But I don't think he is. But at that point, when you're at that stardom and you got that much bread, I feel like you can ask, just hold him real quick. Let me just get a couple punches in, then you let him go. And then after you let him go, y'all just stump him out, and I'm gonna just take credit for it.
Yeah, listen. If Russ was supposed to do that to me, right, have his bodyguards hit me or something, I'm catching him where his guard is down, like at a war show or something. I'm punching him straight in the face. Because then I know there's no one to stop me. I'm running up on you, 2-piece with the biscuit. Side of the Popeye biscuit, them dry ones.
Yeah.
See,
so
but this
will fuck you up.
Because I watched it while Smoke Perp say he got beat up. He said he was just using the restroom, came out, 10 motherfuckers. Like, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But really, though, like,
players do.
Exactly, but like,
you ain't got no chance.
Supposed to be in the NFL or something. They big as hell.
But like in that situation, right? Do you look at Perp differently because he got jumped like that?
No,
I know people who really would be like, bro, you got jumped, like you out here lacking. Like you see them people, especially them Chicago people, like ain't no lacking around here, like.
Bro, but see, that's a different lacking. That's you lacking. They playing for keeps. This was just a scrimmage, bro. This is just a scrimmage. You got beat up. You walking, bro. You walking out there. In Chicago, bro, you playing for keeps 24/7.
No, I don't think you lose any respect for that.
But yeah. He said he didn't hit the deck. He said he was throwing hands the entire time, which I believe.
Have you seen any of the video of it?
Bro, he was getting smacked the fuck around, bro. But, bro, Smoke Perp like 6 feet tall. You got 10 motherfuckers all 6'4", easily like a lineup for an NBA team. Weighing in it, doing NFL combine reps in the morning, knocking you around, bro. You don't drop, yo. You get respect for that.
Facts. That's facts. All right, so white rappers out here, really?
Hey,
like,
man.
Yeah.
We I mean, speaking of white rappers, obviously.
Transition.
Transition.
You feel me? But
nice. Shut your ass up, boy.
I am nice. Transition. But Eminem and MGK.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about this white on white crime?
I ain't gonna hold you. Who you got? Who you got?
All right, listen to me, right?
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The song I like the most, probably MGK one. The response to MGK. Like, MGK was never gonna lose because he had nothing to lose. You feel me? Eminem was the only one to prove something. Like, everybody's not like, oh, you washed up, whatever the case may be, whatever, right? So, in my opinion, I don't really care. I just think they should just go back and forth.
I don't really care. I don't really care, bro.
I think they should keep going back and forth so I can get more, entertainment out of it. But the MGK, this was, was quick, and it was entertaining. He made fun of what Eminem could have went at him for. It's like, yeah, you were my idol, whatever. But you're just a bitter, old
something like
angry person screaming at the mic every time you get in the booth or whatever the case may be. But it was entertaining. I just wanted Joe Budden to make a diss track, and then
you waiting for the Joe Budden diss track to show up.
Joe wants none of that smoke.
Joe retired, bro. Joe retired.
His own son dissed him, and he didn't like come back at him.
Yeah, that little nigga can't rap. That's why. Imagine you making a diss track to me.
You got Joe. How'd I know some bullshit like that was coming?
I think I'm gonna respond to you, son.
You know damn well you're responding to my diss track.
I respond to your diss track, son. I just gotta sit you down and be like, you need to work on a few lines, you know what I mean? Maybe your cadence, your flow, you know what I mean? You gotta work on a couple of things.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I didn't expect him to respond to that, but.
So who do you at, baby?
To be honest, nobody.
See, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm a huge MGK fan.
Are you
actually? I actually listen to all of MGK's mixtapes. So really? I listen to Black Flag.
Wow.
I couldn't name one.
And I'm telling you, I actually like his music. I actually like his music. I like this diss track to Eminem. I also listen to Eminem. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not really like with my sound selection. You know, I don't like listen to like lyrics 24/7. Yeah. Eminem not making no club bangers, bro. Eminem's out here with the pen and pad and paper in that booth 24/7, and I respect it. For this diss though, man, MGK ain't have nothing to lose. Like,
yeah, for real, you did.
You dissed me. You the one calling people up. He said, "Yo, give me the location. Pull up. I'm scrapping. I'm by myself. What happened?" Yeah. And he called him a bitch. He called him a bitch twice. He didn't call him a bitch once. He called him a bitch, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, fair enough. That was definitely an entertaining beef we've had. Onto another beef. Onto the ladies' side of rap.
You ever seen?
We got Cardi and Nicki.
Cardi said, "Yo,
that one I have more of an opinion on, but I'm gonna let you go ahead.
He said, man, these blood shoes, she threw them shits. She threw them shits.
Hey, listen, I don't know who them shoes hit, but I know it hit somebody. There's a lot of people in there. I think this so-called beef, right? It has a lot to do with the internet too, because I think the internet is always pitting women against each other, especially if they're successful. You're like, nah. This bitch said this bitch said that, da-da-da-da-da.
They do kind of look be shading each other.
This is what I'm saying.
But I'm saying it was nothing there. You see it happen time and time again. No, like, initially it'd be nothing there.
That's facts, but let's also think about this. Remember, Nicki dissed the hell out of Kim when Kim was kind of on her decline. And Nicki kind of killed off Kim's real, like, the way I feel like publicly Kim was perceived. Nicki came and killed her off. It's just, Father Time is undefeated. To me, Nicki has had a hell of a run and will always be remembered as one of the greatest, if not the greatest female MC of all time. It's up to the next set of female MCs to go ahead and top what Nicki did.
Yeah, I know.
You can't take away you can't take away what Nicki has done for, like, female rap was damn near dead and dusted, and Nicki came back and really
revived it
and brought it to a point where now, like, ladies are really starting to, like, you're starting to see a lot of prominent female MCs. You got, like, let me think of other female artists that are coming up right now. You have the City Girls, first of all, I think are going to be major out of Miami. Who? The City Girls.
I ain't going to hold you. I ain't never heard them.
He's from Florida. You know that.
They're from Miami. Come on. You know the City Girls are signed to QC.
Yo, you know
I don't know everybody signed to QC. And trust me, there are a lot of people signed to QC.
It's not that many people signed to QC.
You know that girl.
There's a lot of people that claim they are, though.
I think she's from Atlanta. I don't know. She rolled T.I. in them. She could rap though, like.
I was gonna say Iggy Azalea, but that's not her.
Please stop playing.
You said with T.I. and you said signed to him. That's the only person.
I would have known who that is.
As soon as you said can rap, I said nope.
You know it was Iggy saying she could rap. No, it wasn't her. All due respect, you know what I'm saying? But
great artist, not a rapper.
Iggy?
Yeah.
What's the girl name, bro?
Her kind of like I wouldn't necessarily call it a rebrand.
Yeah, it came with a rebrand. Ass pictures. That's what it did.
Yeah,
she just started posting thing on Instagram like, all right, this is one way to get attention.
I saw her
drop her music. I ain't mad at her for it, but like,
it's got people's attention again.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to other female artists. You
got Cardi.
You got Cardi, obviously, but then, like, you know the City Girls they're on in my feelings, like, Drake video. That's
you talking about? Yeah, you did explain it. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so
I never heard their music. But I know who you're talking about.
They're on a #1 record. Granted, they're not like
they not on it though. They in the video. What do you mean they on the record?
On that record.
Did they get credited?
Yes, they got credited.
Let me see that credit. I gotta be a teacher.
Pull it out like, I got Drake's credits right here.
Yeah,
bro, you'll be able to. Yeah, you gotta look it up because I don't think they're credited.
The female you hear on the track towards the end is them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Were they rapping though?
Yeah. Also, to be honest, right now, I promise you, the City Girls will be a lot bigger currently, especially after that song broke out. If one of them wasn't in jail, because there's two of them. JT and Young Miami. So one of them in jail.
They doing the what you call it? They doing the Migos part 2, where somebody got to be in jail.
But when they come back, when what's your name? JT, I think is the one that's in jail. When JT gets out, you'll start to see.
So is one named JT, and what's the other one's name?
Young Miami or something like that.
Okay, so she didn't get a shout out on the song. Only JT did.
I think she did. Like, but her like government name is on the song, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
I don't know it like that. Like, I don't know her like, but trust me, when I was back home in Florida, like I was in Florida for a fair amount of summer, like people were playing city. Like I was out at the club. I kid you not. Every time I went out, like I heard City Girls music. Like and like when
are
it
they
came
rapping, or are they making like bangers?
Bangers. They're more like a QC type of label. Like they're similar to the Migos. Like you know what I mean? Like they're gonna drop bangers. But when I saw it and I saw the energy that a lot of the like ladies in the club had when the City Girls music came on, it was something different. Like it wasn't even like a
twerk session or nothing.
Yeah, no, it was like they were rapping it like, you know, you felt the energy coming. I was like, damn, hold up, like something. It got my attention to a point where I was like, okay, like something's different about them. You know what I mean? It's the same type of energy I felt when I first went home and I first heard Kodak. I know you're gonna be like, here he go again talking about Kodak.
See, but this is the difference. This is the difference.
You and Kodak love story, bro. I swear.
Cause it's the same when you go to Georgia, bro. You listen to Kodak up here, everybody bop. You go listen to Kodak in Florida.
Nah, it's a different energy.
Motherfuckers jumping on top of their cars type shit.
It's a different energy.
That's a whole nother level. But it's that type of energy. Like I judge a lot of artists based on the energy you make people feel. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing. Obviously, you can study the dictionary all day and have an amazing command of the English language and be able to rhyme and learn how to make schemes and hooks and all this or whatever.
Oh, break it down. Talking about schemes.
All right. Schemes. I might just fuck around and drop a track right now.
Boy, if you don't shut your ass up, you know you ain't got no bars. Nah,
but it's like they say, music should make you feel something. You know what I mean? Music should make you move. And when you can firsthand experience that, especially where the artist is from, because first of all, you have to have your area rocking with you if you're an artist. In my opinion, if your area does not rock with you, how are you? In my opinion, how are you really?
Unless it's weird. It's weird.
Some people, sometimes your city does hate on you, but that usually happens when you more so like pop, like when everybody's fucking with you.
You saying when you still trying to make it?
When you're coming up, if your city is like really behind you, everyone's like, oh, you don't know, like, you know how many times you don't know City Girl? God damn, these are like, no, I don't. I live in Connecticut. Do you think people in Connecticut are listening to this shit?
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna hear it, it's when I'm in New York and like they're really popping on their own shit, like, which I get it because
they gotta try. Yeah, they gotta try and bring that feeling back because we took it for a minute. I ain't gonna hold you. And maybe a decade.
Hey, listen,
it might be. Well, Andre 2000 said, "Hey, the South got something to say."
Yeah, man.
All right, you Southerners. Nah, I don't care.
So he ain't gonna admit that we got it. He's just like, I don't even care.
Yeah, you guys do got it, but I don't really care too much about that.
But speaking of Andre 3000, actually, I was also having the same conversation with Joey about top 5 artists of all time. So I just want to get into y'all with this
artists
before we get into or your top 5 rappers of all time.
Oh.
Really.
Of all time.
So I got slack because I put Outkast in my top 5 and they were a group, so I couldn't really name. I won't tell you who my fifth person actually was.
Bro,
y'all gonna
it's gonna be
Big
Boy.
I'll tell you. Hold on. No. Go ahead.
Let me know.
Let me hear y'all first. Let me hear y'all say your top 5 first.
I need time. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't. That's not one. That's not one you just show up and ask for
a
top 5.
Okay, I'll give you my top 5.
Let me know what happened. Yeah, then we can
Yeah.
So I had a 1 Pac. That's just my favorite rapper of all time. And it is what it is. I had Big.
Yep.
I had Pac. I had Big. I had Kendrick. I had Cole.
Okay.
And then for my 5th one, I had Outkast.
Okay, but
so you picked Andre. You picked Andre then.
No.
You like Big Boy's lyrics up?
No.
Not
even that I did. Don't take it as like I don't like Big Boy or Andre. I was just like, well, to me, like, I mean, obviously they're dope individual artists.
Yes.
But I was like,
the collective.
I was like, fine then. So I'm gonna give you a personal artist who I've listened to for probably a decade.
You about to say Trick or Trick Daddy or some shit? Trina.
Big Guwap.
Oh, Gucci? That's respectable. That's respectable.
Because you're from Atlanta.
No, I understand. Yeah, I don't know. Yo, Gucci put out, what, 30 mixtapes? Like you, bro. You could literally listen to the entire Gucci Mane soundtrack for a month.
There's just been some fuckery said in these studios.
Fuckery, bro.
No, hold on, bro. Hold on. I ain't
not...
saying Gucci ain't nice, and Gucci ain't did a lot. Yeah. But he ain't top 5 all time, bro.
Bro, in Georgia, he might be. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. First off, you got to go through the story, Gucci. You got to go through the story.
Oh, here we go with the passionate Southerners again. Come on.
Gucci.
Speak on it, Carl.
Y'all remember how hot BMF was back in the day? Gucci gave 0 fucks. Gucci caught 2 bodies. He was the first person to catch 2 bodies in Georgia. Maine what was it? It was like on all the news. Beat the case. And then said, fuck him.
Hold on. You got to rewind. The night of that, he was set up. Brought a girl home by strippers. Brought home a stripper, right?
Hey, I respect this.
And he was set up by 2 strippers. Apparently, he was either gonna go have I think he was gonna have a threesome with the 2 strippers, right?
You know, it's threesome rapper dude. We ain't catching heart attacks out here, bro.
Shout out to Ross and the Pairs.
But anyway, so he goes home, brings him home. Dudes follow him home from the club. 2 assailants break into the apartment. Gucci shoots and kills 1. This is facts.
No, I know.
Beats case.
Shoots the other. Goes back to the club. Finds a new chick and goes home with her.
Bro, do you not know? Gucci was that
and
guy.
And then beat the case.
He has all right to beat the case.
No. But he was the first to do it, bro.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
No, you don't understand it.
No, but y'all ain't talking about no rapping, bro. Y'all give me a whole bunch of great stories about
hold on.
What be a great movie and shit. We talking about rapping.
You didn't even let me finish.
Rapping, or we talking about rapping?
Name one Gucci mixtape that you heard.
My point. I don't know.
Point exactly.
Yeah, that's my point.
But you can't, bro, because he dropped that many, bro.
No.
Yes. You can name every single. Just think this. Think of Kanye's catalog, right?
Yeah.
Think of how many songs he didn't drop.
Okay.
Gucci dropped all them shits and still got more to drop. He got that much music in the vault. He was the first person to make mixtapes hot again, bro.
I guess from your point of view, but what I'm saying is that still doesn't make him one of the greatest rappers of all time. But then again, it's all an opinion, innit? So like,
makes him the greatest rapper of all time.
I'm just saying, I ain't putting my top 5.
This is all I'm saying. He's the greatest trap rapper to ever do it.
I ain't gonna hear to debate any of that. All I'm saying is this. He ain't my top 5. Right. That's it. Simple.
What's your top 5?
My top 5? Dylan. Nah, alright, so my top 5. Listen, this is my opinion, alright? Rest of y'all could hold Ellison up.
Question though, is Kanye on it?
Of course, you know that. He might be 1 through 3.
Shut your ass up, boy.
Kanye, West, and Yeezy.
Oh shit, that's funny.
That is 3.
Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z,
okay,
Kanye, and Kendrick.
Okay,
that's my top 5.
I respect it.
Yeah, you better respect it.
I mean, my list gonna look crazy just because I'm younger than y'all. So I ain't really listening to.
Yeah, it be old as hell, bro.
Old as hell.
So I put Pac on there.
It's the first time you even admit that shit. we breaking grounds on the podcast.
Breaking exclusive. Banter with the brothers. AB old as shit. Alright. So for my list, I got Tupac. I got Wayne.
I did try and put Wayne in it.
It's a good show.
And I got laughed at for putting Wayne in it.
Why?
See, but
that's what I thought. But I was like, all right, fine. If you're going to laugh at Wayne, then Gucci going in this bitch.
I ain't gonna hold you. I put Wayne in before Gucci, personally.
I grew up listening to more Wayne. Well, I mean, I don't know. Kind of they're like 1A and 1B to me.
I mean, if you're talking about rapping, then you have to put Lil Wayne before Gucci. But yeah.
I can see why someone can argue Gucci though, bro. I'm telling you, if you look at Gucci's
in the
catalog,
South,
bro,
trust me, you heard Gucci from the time I heard Gucci from I was probably like 14 years old.
I was listening to Gucci, man.
I'm old
on my
as hell,
elementary school bus at like 2nd grade.
Yeah, I know. He that guy in the South. I understand. I get it. You know what I mean? He out here playing.
But you don't like it's like
El Chapo in real life and Pablo and shooting niggas and shit.
But then
and
he's
not
also
to mention he's
out,
also birthed a lot of other artists. The Migos.
Yeah,
Thug.
What,
exactly.
What
half
Gucci
a QC.
Got Gucci kind of remind me of Bounty Killer, but not as like. Cause he birthed a lot of artists and stuff. Literally like, they're like the same thing. But I think Banter Killer is like, it was come on to like rapping or DJing or whatever. He's better at that. If he was supposed to put it in equivalent, if you understand what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I also, unpopular opinion, I also feel like Jamaican artists, specifically dancehall artists, because you do need to specify the difference between, although reggae artists as well. But their ability to create music out of nothing is greater than rappers. If you get what I'm saying.
I don't know, bro. After I heard the wham, bitch, I'm the baby. I said, I don't know, bro. Lil Baby pulled some shit. I looked at my aux cord and I said, nah, bro.
Your car caught on fire. Man.
Bitch, I'm the baby. I said, nah, bro.
That's funny.
What's that shit Lil Baby said? What he said? I got on 2 watches. I still come in late.
Yeah, like,
And
bro.
Vince, one of them misses.
Too many ice in them. She can't see the time.
We'll go back to that, but let me finish my list.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tupac, Wayne. I'm putting Drake in there. That's 3. I would just put Cole and Kendrick there. Cole, Kendrick, and then have Wiz Khalifa as a 6th man off the bench.
Okay.
I hear that.
But speaking of the 2 watches still coming late, bro, when's the perfect time to go to a black function? We was talking about this earlier, bro. We was talking about this earlier. As soon as you said 2 watches still coming late, I said, ain't that the blackest shit you ever heard, bro?
Bro.
First of all, the fuck are you wearing 2 watches for?
Yeah.
Bro, I actually saw him do like an interview on, I forgot what's the place where they go over jury and stuff with rappers.
Oh, I think it's GQ or something like that,
GQ,
because I watched a couple of them.
and he explained it. He was just like, I just wanted 2 watches. And I was like, yeah. That really makes sense though, cause bro, you got that much bread, bro.
But
Ain't
you
nobody
gonna wear them at the same time though?
on both arms. Yeah.
You supposed to wear a watch on your left one.
No. Did you not
if
see
you're
Slim?
right-handed, but if you're right-handed.
Did you see Slim Jimmy put the
Or
2
no.
watches together and put it on his? That's when it's OD. That's when it's OD. When you put in 2 watches and you not even looking at them shits, you putting the watches on your face as goggles, cause you can't even see out the.
You walk around bumping into everybody that day.
Bro, that's when it's getting.
Sure, like. Nah, but
What time do you show up to a black function?
So it
Like,
matters.
let's say a barbecue. Barbecue starts. Let's say I'm having a cookout this weekend.
and
Yeah.
Cookout started
for
at
those
2 o'clock.
people-
What time are y'all showing up?
for those people wondering what a cookout is, it's a barbecue, okay, white folks. All right, continue. Continue.
What I got though is it's a formula. It's a formula to this. So first off, it matters how many people are going to this event.
Yeah.
So if it's between under 10, then you show up casually 30 minutes late, all right, to an hour. Now, let's say that doubles. I feel like from there to the time that it gets to about 50 to 100 people, you can double it every like 20 to 30 minutes. Now, once it gets to a size where you know the party's going to 100 people.
Hold on, let me write this down.
Take notes, because I'm helping y'all. Y'all don't want to be the first person there setting everything up, helping your auntie that you don't like because she still owe you money for the chicken. All right, like none of my aunties owe me money. I was joking.
Gotta clear that up. No, you ain't getting no plate next time you go to the cookout, boy.
I was joking.
I'm gonna get a plate of ice.
The ice bread sandwich.
I'm gonna talk about. Oh, I owe you money. Eat this struggle sandwich then.
Shout out to all my aunties. And uncles.
Shit, man.
But once it gets to 100 people, it's your personal preference. For me, I like if the event's at 2. I'm waking up at 2. All right, that's the first thing. All right.
Yep.
You got to make sure that everything's. If you didn't get your hair cut, go get a haircut, cause everybody gonna be there trying to take photos. If you're not, just wear a hoodie. You'll be alright.
Usually summertime though. Put a hat on.
Bro, yeah, hat, something. You'll be alright. So then after that, then you gotta debate what you're gonna do when you show up. So that's gonna take 10 to 15 minutes to come up with a formatic plan that you remember. Even though you're not gonna follow it once you get there, but you just want to go through the motions. So then after that, then you take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Call everybody, text everybody that you need to, because you're not gonna be able to do that when you're at the function, because everybody's gonna be running up to you. So after all that should be a solid hour. All right.
So we're talking about 3 o'clock at this point. You woke up at 2. You did all of that. Now it's 3 o'clock.
Oh no. So that I ain't gonna hold you. Between every single one of those, you need a 10-minute break. So that's gonna be like. So you this is that like.
Break for what?
You ain't do shit but think about things.
You gotta take the 10-minute break.
Stressed, nigga. What?
Hey man.
Anyway,
I'm just letting y'all know, bro. You gonna get something to eat.
before you go to cookout.
Yeah.
Hold on,
But I just woke up. I woke up at 2. I mean, Because you're not getting to the cookout. I'm going to be 100 with y'all. Y'all not getting to the cookout to like 5 or 6, all right? Like, but so you still got an hour and a half to waste. So you might as well just eat now and then just save up. Because you know you're going to leave the cookout, too, with 2 plates. You know good and well you're going to be like, oh, my mom didn't make it, so I'm going to have to get her a plate. Your mom all the way on the other side of the cookout lying and stuff. Like, so you got that one plate, and then you got to be like, oh, and then, like, one of my family members, you know, he didn't make it, so I came to collect the plate for him, too. So that's 2 plates. Am I right or am I right?
You're right.
You remember it? Time out. You remember that one time I was at your crib?
I was just about to
bring
it up.
I
was just about to bring it up.
How many plates did she take?
Too many.
Only the OG listeners will know about what you're talking about. The OG listeners know right now.
Yeah, if you fuck with us, you know what he's talking about. Yeah, facts.
But bro, you always gotta take at least 2 plates. Now once you get there, the function's probably gonna be what, like 30 minutes away. So you leave at 5:30. I'm just showing you where the 3:30 to the 5:30 happens. What else happens? Okay?
Gotcha.
So at 3:30, you're gonna do something. You're just gonna like play a game, take your mind off it. Something. That's an hour. That's another
2K,
hour.
Quick 2K.
2K. You know, I just got the 2K19. Who want to smoke? We not
Free
losing.
smoke, free
Drop your
smoke.
gamer tag. Let them know.
Nah, cause I don't want none of y'all hit me up. I was lying. Y'all pull up, bro. We do face to faces here. Right? We not playing online because we need the bread.
Facts.
10 down for a game. Come see me. So that's 4:30. So from 4:30 to 5:30, after I'm done making probably game lasts probably what 25 minutes. So that's an hour. So that's $40. I just made $40. So then going from there, I spend that $40 on said stuff. I'm not gonna say what the stuff is, but $40 is being spent. So then from there in that hour to the 5:30, that's what happened. So then at 5:30, you hop in your car, you hit everybody else up. You know you gonna carpool because we all going to the same place.
Gotcha.
You pick everybody up, you get there at 6. Any other questions? That made sense, right? I'm just saying. I spend facts.
Yo, but there's 2 sides to it, right? There's going to the cookout and there's having the cookout. Mm-hmm. Now, I had a pool party in my house not too long ago. It was in the summer.
It was lit.
So, you know, I forgot what time it was supposed to start. But,
I don't know. I didn't show up to that shit till like at least 4 hours.
You show up at the right time.
Hold up, what? My point is proven. You wake up at 2, you get there at 6. 4 hours.
But like my brother, you know, he was the one promoting the pool party or whatever, him and his friend. But I forgot. Say he started at 3 or some shit, right?
Something like that.
You know, everybody's chilling there and whatever. We helping setting up stuff. Exactly at 3:00, 2 white girls show up in the back. It's like, oh, where's everyone? I'm like, yo, listen. This is what you should know. Now they're there early as fuck. Now they gotta help set shit up. I was like, oh yeah, you guys wanna help? They're like, damn. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have showed up this early. Because as soon as you come this early,
as soon as you get free hands, you're using them. Yeah, let's go. Free labor.
It was that at that moment she knew she fucked up. Like, you know, for real. But yeah, if you're throwing it, it's a whole different type of time. Cause now you're there the whole time. You're setting everything up. You're getting annoyed. Do this, do that. I'm like, oh my god, bro. Well, I can't just leave and come back whenever the thing starts. But nah, yeah, I think that's 2 sides of it. If you're throwing it, it's a whole different story. You gotta be there the whole time. You gotta go get ice. You gotta get like disposables, you know, stuff.
You gotta get the tables.
You gotta get tables all the way from downstairs. Walk up all them steep ass steps.
You gotta get all the chairs.
And if you Carl, they take a 10-minute break for each chair, right?
Oh, you already know, bro. You already know.
That's so funny.
So Carl was helping me move. Now I see why we didn't get much done.
See, nah. Don't make me explain why we didn't get shit done, all right? The reason we didn't get shit done is because this shit wasn't planned out.
It really wasn't. I just kind of pulled up and was like, hey, bro, you got me?
I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, where you at?
You did hold me down, though. I got some stuff. We got some stuff.
Yo, you called me? When was it?
Like a week ago or something?
No, what day was it? Thursday?
Something like that. Thursday or Friday.
It was a Friday.
Yeah, I had class. I couldn't help you, G. You know what I mean? I would have held it down like a real one's supposed to, but now class go.
I know, POP.
Hold it down.
Hold it down. Anyhow, speaking of your party in the summertime, that makes me think of the song of the summer, since we haven't done an episode all summer long. We've been practicing these transitions. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking to people like, hold up, transition. Hit them with the next topic. But anyhow, song of the summer. I'm gonna go ahead and think about mine because I'm not 100% sure. I think I have one, but
I can't name songs. I can't really pick one right now.
Song of the summer.
I think that
maybe the Kiki song.
That was what I was gonna say.
What's the actual name of that song?
In My Feelings.
In My Feelings. That's it. And shout out to Shiggy because he's the one that really made that song go where it is.
He got a check for it too, though.
Yeah. And he's like, out here.
You gave me a check
you
for
trying
that
to hold it down?
Too.
Let me hold 20.
Yeah. What else was hot in the summer? Kodak was in jail, so we can't talk about him having any hot songs.
So there really wasn't any hot songs this summer.
Wait, what just happened? You saw somebody?
We good?
No. Oh, okay.
Shout out to the cameraman. You know
shout out to Alex.
I see you. I see you.
Bringing the visuals.
Visuals coming soon. Nah. What's?
I'm trying to think of any songs for the summer. I was thinking of what you call it though. I feel like Cole had one. The ATM. They kept playing that.
You know who actually played that out for me was ESPN during the NBA playoffs.
Yeah,
every commercial break I heard that song, and I was just like, actually killing this song.
Who dropped music in the summer? I know Kanye dropped a whole bunch of things, but
I was gonna say Yikes, but that wasn't like that wasn't like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was like
that was a heat song.
Yeah, but
Drake wrote that.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I hope you're a factory at work.
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say though.
Who else dropped though?
Pusha drop.
Yeah, but Pusha.
He's not even trying to. He's not. You know.
He wrote 7 songs.
Facts. Who else dropped music, bro? Why am I like?
We're blanking right now, but it was a lot of music that I liked this summer.
Yeah, I feel like it was good music this summer. It was one of the better summers of music.
Oh, I feel like what you call it though. I don't know why. I like YG album. If we doing albums for the summer, YG album. That has
we can do albums
Nipsey,
this summer.
Nipsey's album.
But that wasn't the summer.
What you call it?
Nipsey.
Yeah.
Nipsey.
Was it the summer?
Beginning of the summer.
His
album Victory Lap was heat.
What is it?
Crazy. It went crazy. What the one he kept saying nigga all the time?
Yeah, rap niggas. What's
the name of that shit?
Cause that might be my song for the summer.
Where it's like
I'm looking it up right now.
I don't fuck with. Oh, it's like I can't fuck with none of you.
Rap niggas.
Yeah, I can't fuck with. Or something like that. It's along the lines of that. I'm fucking Nipsey song up. So Nip, if you ever hear this, don't call the Crenshaw Crips on me.
What you mean? That might slap you, bro.
He really might. Y'all see that video at the BET Awards?
He gave him the victory slap, bro.
Yo, he went back and said,
"Wow, you heard that shit connect." Like
I was like, I ain't gonna hold you when he did that. Like I know the person got slapped. He had to think about it. Like, nah, I really did just get slapped by Nipsey, bro. Like that's some shit.
You really bought that life. That's why.
He said I should let that corner just go.
Do we consider Sicko Mode summer song? Yeah,
see,
right.
I don't.
It's just like
long enough.
Yeah, that shit goes hard.
I just want the last verse. The last verse was the song of the summer. Just that.
We got Drake stands in here, but it went hard.
What you call it? Travis was on it too. Just like the last beat.
Yeah, that song switched up like 3 times. It's dope.
That whole Travis album was crazy.
Yeah, it was fire.
Astro.
I'm finna go to the concert. What's up? I'm finna go to the concert.
Travis Scott?
Yeah.
For real?
For real. But I ain't going in the mosh pit though. I'm going in the stands because I ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I ain't trying to elbow anybody accidentally on purpose. Like,
you ever see a video of one dude who was like, it's like some rock concert, but they're like rocking around, and one brother walk up and he just start punching, like he just straight up like lining them up. Like everybody, like he's not even mosh pit. He's just looking at people. I swear my dude went there just to punch people. Like,
you ever seen that video of the British guy slapping everybody?
Nah.
Like, there's like they're saying, "Oh, Erin," and he's like, "Yo, shut up!" Wow, you never seen that video? He's slapping everybody in the cookout.
Oh no, I seen the one in the locker room where every time somebody does something crazy, it was like
hell,
like when JR ran off with the ball, it was like this is LeBron live look at LeBron in the locker room, and it's like the dude just smacking somebody in the back of the head. It's the coach like slapping the players. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. We had some good music this summer, but on to a little bit more of a, I wouldn't necessarily call it a serious topic.
I think it's something.
It is a serious topic.
I think it is serious.
It is 100% a serious topic.
What?
The Nike campaign.
The Nike campaign, right? Carl got on the Just Do It Again t-shirt.
Checks over stripes, huh?
I got a pair of Yeezys, and they're pretty comfortable. Sidebar.
Oh, so you're not supporting Nike now, huh?
Right? Yeah, look at him. Look at Jeffy. Go ahead.
What you trying to say?
I got mad Nike shoes.
Where your MAGA hat?
Boy, stop playing with me.
I'm
That shit ain't funny.
It's not.
It isn't funny.
We talking about serious shit right now, right? Get your game face on.
This is Banter with the Brothers. You know jokes gonna fly somewhere.
Boy, if you don't, nah, I'm joking. Yeah, but
no seriousness. All right, so in case you've been living under a rock, we'll catch the people who have been living under a rock. Nike chose Colin Kaepernick. Nike chose Colin Kaepernick to be the face of its newest campaign. What is this, some 30 years? Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. So one thing I saw a lot of, and I'm going to get y'all's take on this now.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of, especially on various social media platforms, where people posting pictures of military members saying they believed in something, so therefore they sacrificed everything. Mm-hmm. Now, I 100% do agree with that. I respect the military, and I think that Colin respects the military. Colin, if people remember correctly, Colin originally sat for the national anthem and spoke with a member of the or a former vet who was on his team, Nate Boyer, who was a former Marine, if I'm correct. I might be wrong on the branch of the military, but that's minor. He was a vet. He served our country. Respect for that. Regardless, Colin spoke with Nate. Colin spoke with Nate. Nate told him, I think kneeling would be a more appropriate and more respectful way to protest what your point is. It's not disrespecting anything. Has nothing to do with veterans. It has nothing to do with the flag. Yeah. Now, do we think that this whole campaign of trying to turn it into vets versus football players is just a bait and switch tactic to distort the message?
Hell yes. People forget the point.
Which is? Can you remind them?
All right, so the point of him kneeling was to bring attention to unarmed, innocent black men being gunned down in this country, right? That's just him protesting. Now, when we put up the poll on our thing, I jokingly said, "Oh, I hate Donald Trump because he don't support Colin Kaepernick." That shit has nothing to do with anything. That don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, my point. As soon as people said, "Oh, he disrespecting the flag," I'm like, how? Do you understand why he's protesting? You're trying to switch the point of what he's doing to make yourself offended. Like an actual veteran told him to do this. How are you offended? Do you not agree why he's protesting? Every time a black person protests about something, right? It's like, oh, you can't protest. Can't do it. That's not the right time. When is the right time to protest about something? Because every time someone do it, it's like, nah, you can't do it here or then. You got to find some other way to do it. If a nigga sit down on the bus, oh, you're wrong, I'm going to throw you in jail. If you march, you're wrong, I'm going to throw you in jail. If you kneel, oh, yeah, you're wrong, you're going to lose your job. When is the right time?
Keep preaching.
I'm just saying, when is the right time? I'm not trying to have a race debate or anything, but I know people that disagree with it are not black, right? But it's like,
no, black people disagree with it. Think about it. Jason Whitlock gets on TV
Whitlock
every day.
is a fucking coon, bro.
But we already traded Whitlock.
Yeah, he's not in the black community already. We traded him, remember?
We got MGK.
Yeah, we traded him.
We got MGK.
Yeah, racial draft. We got him the fuck out of here. I can't stand him with his fedora wearing that. Man, you know what? He looked like a Oompa Loompa, bro. But don't get me off my point.
Look like Mr. Potato Head.
I I got an article.
You say a whole.
But go ahead, finish your point.
Yeah, my point is, the message is simple. He did it to protest in innocent black men, unarmed black men being gunned down by the police, which is supposed to protect and serve us, right? And because he did that during the football game, everybody's mad and moving the point away from what he's protesting to the fact that he's disrespecting something. Like that's not what it is. And every time you try to have a conversation with somebody, but he's disrespecting our veterans, bro. You're not understanding the point. This is not about. It has nothing to do with that. You made it about this. Like, why are we talking about it? You made it about this. I want to speak about that. I was trying to tell you what the thing is for. Yeah, so for all you know what? Let me not curse anymore. But yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
You got it.
So I was having this conversation the other day about this, and it hadn't been previously brought to my attention, but it was about how, like, his message had been so distorted that it wasn't even necessarily understood that it had nothing to do with all of that. But that's just because that's just the message that gets put out so often, right? Yeah. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go on a little mini educational rant, right? So to those who say there's no right time to protest, let me educate y'all on some simple things. First of all, a protest is not about timing being right, first of all. That's point number one.
I think the timing's supposed to be wrong for it to...
It's supposed to grab your attention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the point of a protest. You don't protest unless you... Shit, if everything's going well, do you protest?
Everybody at work talking about we not showing up tomorrow, including the boss.
Right? No, you don't.
Nobody show up.
Regardless, I have said this numerous times to people who are on the other side of the debate, right? Because I'll openly speak to people about it. But I tell them first and foremost, unless you can respectfully speak to me about this, or not just tell me, oh, I think about this, or I think you only think that because you're black. If you're willing to sit here and listen to my points, I will sit here and listen to your points. No matter how much I could disagree with them, shit still kingdom fucking come. Excuse my language. But I will sit here and I will try to understand what you have to say, right? Because first of all, I've always said this, and I'm gonna try not to get too distracted on where I was originally going with this. But I've oftentimes said this, right? First of all, living in a country as diverse as the United States is like being in a relationship, right? There are multiple people from different backgrounds and different belief systems who all share the same spaces, right?
Break it down, brother. Break it down.
And in a relationship, if shit isn't going well, what do? You speak about it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you ignore the problem, what happens? It blows up. It gets worse. Okay. Exactly. Now, let me pivot back to where I was originally going with this. People that we regard in history as legendary, as greats of history that history will remember. Rosa Parks, at one point in time, one of the most hated people in the United States of America. Martin Luther King, at the time of his death, there was a poll out that had him as the most hated man in America. Muhammad Ali. Everyone nowadays, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't like Muhammad Ali, right? But mind you, Muhammad Ali went to prison because he didn't want to fight in the Vietnam War. Because why? He said the Viet Cong didn't call me no nigga. Mm-hmm. One of the most hated men in the world. Stripped of his titles. Couldn't fight for 3 years in the prime of his career. In the prime. The man had to go to Africa to fight. All right? Now, let me read you an article I saw the other day on the internet. This is an article from an Alabama newspaper during the Civil Rights March, which is, we all know the March on Selma, is regarded as one of the most important moments in the Civil Rights movement, because that was when the cameras came. They had the dogs in Alabama biting these church people who were marching across, church people and non-church people, of all races who were trying to advance things in the country, right? Mm-hmm. The title, Intimidation March, an Irresponsible Act. The ill-conceived civil rights, they put in quotes, civil rights, intimidation march on the nation. I'm sorry, not on Selma. I should have mentioned the march on Washington, which is, I'm 100% sure, is where Martin Luther King delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, which every Martin Luther King Day loves to talk about, right? Yeah. This is a widely respected newspaper who published this article. on the nation's capital cannot be reconciled with the sensible way of presenting a grievance. What is the number one thing people say about Colin Kaepernick's protest? It's not the right time. All right, the March on Washington where Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech was referred to as not the right time. Remember, just because it is common belief or common misbelief, I will say, does not mean it is the right thing. History has a right way of proving things right or wrong. Now, a mass outpouring that seriously disrupts the operations of the federal government itself for a whole day does not logically come within the constitutional right, in quotes, of the people peaceably to assemble and petition the government for a redress of grievances. I would continue reading this, but actually, you know what? I'll just post it on our podcast story. So you need to go to Banter with the Brothas at Banter with the Brothas on Instagram to see that post. I'm a shamelessly plug.
Plug.
But
plug.
Again, that is just to simply show that you cannot tell somebody that there's a right time to protest. And I tell people this all the time, you will be remembered on the wrong side of history. Do not be like those who might have come before you, who are also found on that same wrong side of history, who might have hated Martin Luther King and came back to love him. Don't be on the same side as those who might have hated Rosa Parks and came back to love her. Don't be on the same side as those who hated Muhammad Ali and came back to love him. I'm going to drop my mic. Drop one of Clues bombs for me.
Yo, but that's a fact.
No,
that's
facts.
a fact.
Facts.
And like for those who don't understand, I'm not saying you have to think that you fully understand. Just like ask about it, talk about something.
And like conversation.
The new generation.
Exactly. Have the conversation. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It might not be fun, but you will get somewhere from it.
Yeah, you're gonna learn something from both sides. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen. When all is said and done, it's a issue that it's not gonna be easily ended. But this is America, bro. Saw what I did there. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, don't catch you slipping.
Yeah. Was that song in the summer? That was in the summer, was it?
Nah,
it might have been right like spring, but do we call it spring or
you
summer?
You can count it. Are you putting that as your song of the summer though?
No. It went hard though.
That's what I was
Childish Gambino dropped another dope video. Feels like summer.
Feels like summer. It's a lot of.
This is his last tour, I think, or his last album as Childish Gambino. So if you are a fan, please go out and support because that's all you got.
What do you mean? What's he doing now?
He's gonna probably, I think, just go focus more on like acting, writing, directing, all that stuff. I mean, he's talented as hell. So
I ain't gonna hold you. He should do that. Even though his music career is good, I like Atlanta and stuff like that. Just
I love Atlanta too. But think about this: Childish Gambino was making music for a long time, and his music career just popped off, and now he's ending it.
Listen to Royalty. You listen to Royalty? You even know that mixtape?
Only royalty I know is a Chris Brown album.
This is like 2000.
Usually, Chris Brown bringing up is Jevy's job, but
it's like 2011.
Chris Brown the GOAT. Stop trying to play.
Also, I was on the train the other day, and people were arguing about that. They was like, "Who's a new Bruno?" or "Who's a new Mike?" Somebody said Bruno. I was like, my nigga. I don't think he's the new Mike, but I'm just saying he's the closest in this generation.
We're not gonna do
career-wise,
this again, bro.
We're not gonna do this again. We're not gonna do this again.
We're not even behind this argument.
We're not gonna do this again. I'm not gonna do this again because the people who actually have been following us are damn tired of this argument.
Yeah, we're not gonna do this again.
Because it's not an argument.
All right, because it's not even an argument, right?
It is an argument.
It's not an argument, bro.
It's not an argument. It's not an argument.
They lying.
Bruno out here dancing like somebody uncle at the cookout, bro. What you mean?
Listen, somebody uncle might just be lit at the cookout. What fuck you mean?
Yeah, but MJ was the cookout, bro.
Yeah.
There was no one else dancing. It was just
if MJ was the cookout, your ass would have missed the concert.
What you mean? Me and MJ cool. I'd have been chilling with the monkey bubbles and shit. We'd have been in that bitch eating hot
MJ would
Cheetos.
have been with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Carpooling it.
And Jamie Foxx. And Jamie Foxx was there. So he got kicked out the... No, it was Chris Tucker. He got kicked out the what you call it? Studio session type shit.
True. Well, let's before we get out of here, let's wrap this up. Anything we looking forward to in the coming week to come? Anything we missed out on that we want to touch on before we get out of here?
Damn, not a joke, but yeah, I'll say that still.
I was gonna say I need all my shit in cash. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then
ain't no Venmo over here.
Ain't no Venmo. Don't pull up to my crib talking about I'll Venmo you shit. No, bro. I need fucking cash. It's a Bank of America on Main Street. It's a TD on Main Street. Go get my bread.
People Bank, all of that.
All that shit.
All on Main Street. Go get the bread. Stop playing with Carl. Oh, what I'm looking forward to. My Lakers not being trash no more. Alhamdulillah. Thank God.
Lakers
You know what I mean?
squad all day.
Yo on my side now, B. Feel me? You on my side now. It's all good. It's all good.
Lakers in 4.
Man, we were trash for like 3-4 years now, man. It's a long time coming.
I'm saying we not even playing the season. We just won in the first preseason game for calling it a day.
Girl, here talking about we like he a lifelong Lakers fan.
What you mean, bro?
He's a lifelong LeBron fan. So
6'8",
you know what I mean?
2'3", 2'4", purple gold, 3-2, hook shot. I don't know what else.
Carl, he from South Central, born and raised.
3 B's over
triple
here.
B's. Triple B's in this thing. All right, nothing else. Then
I was gonna say the weather.
Oh, the weather.
I actually wanted to get colder.
I like the fall weather, but I can't fucking stand winter.
All right, hold on. One thing, since it's gonna get colder, I will tell you this, because I've known you for a while, and I know you like to do this. Please get a winter jacket, my guy. Don't come in here with no.
I got one. But my job gave it to me, so you gonna see me.
I got one.
Yo, he used to come in here with hoodies all the time, talking about, yo, it's cold as fuck outside. Duh, nigga, you ain't wearing no jacket. You think you Florida boy?
I had the same hoodie too.
Yeah,
we both was cold.
Yeah, I was like, yo, nah, get some Timbs too, dead ass, B. Or some winter boots or something.
I need someone to go Tim shopping with me. Who trying to go Tim shopping with me? Girls preferably. Oh.
Think my love, man. Yeah, but you know what it is, man. Yeah, as AB said earlier, follow us at Banter with the Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Check out or just talk about it series we got on our page. It's in the highlights. We be doing that every week. You know, if you guys have a topic you want to get our opinions on, just DM us, slide in there. I'm very active on the DMs, you know what I'm saying? I be sliding in DMs every day.
Or leave a comment.
On YouTube. Something.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, Banter with the Brothers. Podcast. What? But you know what? We got some. We everywhere. We have
like
some.
I said, the coldest podcast you ever heard
in your life, bitch.
My Gucci say, Burke.
Well, that's all the time we have for you. We appreciate you rocking with us this long. We are Banter with the Brothers. We'll see you soon.